mascot for any team in sports. Perhaps it's our fascination with flight, the elegance and majesty with which they seemingly without effort fly through the air. Well, there will be plenty of effort in this one because when two birds get together and start clawing at each other, feathers are bound to fly. Welcome to the home of the Utah Utes, Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Utah's offense will have the football first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know.
There he goes!
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Back to pass on second down. That's reeled in. It's Henderson. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Gives it on the option. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Moving out of the pocket. Slithers into space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
How nice is it as a play caller on a critical third down in a pretty obvious passing situation when you've got a guy like this that can just take off and go get you the first down, right? There's no panic. Nothing's open downfield. Great job in coverage, but that's not a problem because I just know it's like backyard football again. Growing up as a kid, he just takes off. He's a better athlete than anybody you've got, and he gets the first down.
Looking for room. It's Hendricks. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job. Nice scripted plays. Taking advantage. Strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up. Get a stop. Force him either to kick a field goal or get no points. And this drive is still a success.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Rides the back on the option, the give. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. 9th play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So Miami's offense will get the ball for the first time. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. Give to the running back. Oh, better look out. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. The run to the left. Has midfield, he's got room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality. The run
breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This defense is going to have to do a better job slowing down the run. We've seen twice now in this opening drive. This guy break one. And so this defense has to do a better job at the point of attack. And their D coordinator probably is already thinking to himself, why have to get another guy in the box to slow this guy down?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
I'd be calling a hot route. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. He's headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Canes! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher came on a terrific 24-yard run to the house. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Henderson. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
He's got his man. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice game.
hits, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throw him the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. On the option. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. That brings him to within 1.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty... gain on that return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. We got a tight one early, and they go back on the attack, holding a 7-6 lead. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Got enough for the first. They'll mark him out of bounds short of the 40 at the 37-yard line, but a big-time pickup on the ground. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. Going with the ground game left. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and a great job by the offensive line, seeing the blitz, picking it up, and then it's on the running back. Running back finds the hole, gets a little bit of a crease, makes a nice run out.
They go right back to him. Oh, he's got some space. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They want to run it left here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run. On the move.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Men don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
Between the uprights, it's good. They take a 4-point lead here in the 2nd. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Rice. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He wants to throw. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. The Utes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The inside handoff. Running to Green. And they get him down.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the 1st down mark, but tried to get to it. Got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 1st down. Right on the money. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Wide open downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the 1st half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Henderson. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Utes. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And how about the efficiency on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The give to the left. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability too.
The give to the back. Oh, he's got a chance. Got the first down and more. He'll be out of bounds. Good pickup on that play, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Here's the give off the left side. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. To the ground with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got it for a big play. Speeding down the left side. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 30. Good pickup on that one.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Runs through a tackle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
The offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on 1st down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
The Utes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Touchdown, Utah! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
The give to the back. Got the first down and still on his feet. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Grabs it in the middle. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Takes it the other way. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Looking to throw on first down. A strike downfield. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Utes.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Release to the back. It's complete to the left. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've been calling a lively one so far from Salt Lake City.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse,
there he goes. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
They'll give it to him again. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
makes the grab. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Trying to escape and get it himself. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. And the Hurricanes getting set on 1st and 10. The give to the left side. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Got his man on the right. And finally, a little production in the passing game. That has been sorely lacking in this one. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Tulane is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Sean King, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 10 to Rice. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. To the air on 1st down. Working the middle, it's complete. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Everett.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
And the Utes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. The Utes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Just keep slinging it. Snagged in the middle. It's Everett. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And the Utes are on the move. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
On the option. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And if I'm this defense, man, number 1, 2, and 3 is stopping this quarterback, and he's done it by air and now by land. Like running the option, having success. We got to get dialed in. He is the playmaker on this offense. I got to go stop him.
Looking to throw. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run it in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. Splits the uprights right down the middle. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll leave it with him. At the 35, he's open. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen, even when it's not blocked.
Breaks into the open. The 20, 10, touchdown Miami. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
He'll bring it out. It's Sims. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
From the gun, give on the inside. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 3rd down play from the gun. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. The Utes will punt this one away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. change this route. Wants to throw on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
Pass interference, defense.
The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. They'll run it to the right. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll try the left side. He has the first and still on his feet. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes!
Man, what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Turning it on! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Utes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. On the ground, it's Hendricks. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
Leaves it with the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Here comes the heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and
Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 30, the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Hurricane. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Utes will hustle to the line.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Snags it down the right side. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The Utes will have it 1st and 10. Let's go! Let's go! Gives it on the option. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Got his man quickly. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
A nice job by the defense. 1st and goal situation, you can expect run a lot of the times. They were physical, got in the backfield, stuffed the run.
Looking to fire. Looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the 4th. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting 1st down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitz that's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
They want that clock to run. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Miami! No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
And you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Catch in the middle. It's Everett. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Looking to throw on first down. He's got the back in the middle.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
No gain on the play.
And the Utes really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Defense not showing press coverage. He caught it. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Wants to go up top. He wants it all. And he's got it for the late touchdown, but probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here's the situation. First, they have to recover the onside kick, then maybe time for a play or two. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback making checks. Trying to get the corner. Finding open areas. Flying out to the left. And he gets it into the end zone for a touchdown, a gut punch to this defense, and probably a knockout punch.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And right down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.